Hi, I'm Peter J. Ray. Welcome. Today's topic is the 1996 Cleveland Indians MLB season. The 95 Tribe had such a tremendous offense, tremendous hitting, and it was amazing how quickly those guys were gone. And by the time the postseason arrived in 1996, three of the starting players in our lineup were gone. And the first to go was Paul Sorrento, who was a free agent in the offseason, and the Indians did not sign him. So that's too bad, because he had some good years after he left with the Twins. But anyway, Paul Sorrento was gone. And anyway, this is how it... John Hart was always trying to make the team better, but I think he missed the idea of chemistry and the morale of the team, because when you keep bringing in new guys all the time, and then I think it affects the morale is hurt. Anyway, the Tribe played again in 1996, their third year at Jacobs Field, and their record was 99-62. They repeated as American League Central Division champions. They won the division by 14.5 games over the second place Chicago White Sox. Their winning percentage was .614, which is very, very good, and they had the best record in Major League Baseball. In the old days, before the divisions, if you finished in first, the season would end, and then the World Series would start, and you were in it. There were no playoffs before the World Series, and so that was nice. You didn't finish first; you go to the World Series. Now, under the new format, you have to win a couple rounds, and in 1996, under the old format, we would have been in the World Series. But of course, in '97, we almost won the World Series. We would not have made the playoffs that year. Anyway, in the American League Division Series, the Indians faced Baltimore in the first round, or in that round, and they had a strange format. It was if you had home field advantage, you'd open on the road, 2 games on the road, and then 3 at home. And of course, actually, we never got to play Game 5. So really, Baltimore had the home field advantage, even though we were supposed to have it. So they changed that. That was not a good setup. They changed that later, and we lost the ALDS 3-1. The first 2 games in Baltimore. The first game we lost 10-4. The second 7-4. And Game 3 we were back at Jacobs Field, and Albert Bell hit a grand slam. We won that game 9-4, and we had to win it. Game 4, I was again at Jacobs Field, and we lost in the 12th inning on a home run by Roberto Alomar. So the season was over. It was very disappointing to have the best record in baseball, not make it to the World Series, not make it to the ALCS. But anyway, this is how it is. With the way they have all these teams make the playoffs now, and you have all these hoops to go through. The attendance for 1996 was 3,318,174, and that was a new record for the team. All 79 home games were sellouts. So actually, it was a tremendous year, for the Indians. They won a lot of games, brought a lot of joy to the city. Coaching staff had a new coach. Toby Harrah was back, former player, and nice to having Toby Harrah in Cleveland coaching. And then the rest of the staff were the same. Louis Isaac was back with his nice mustache. Charlie Manuel, the tremendous hitting coach. Dave Nelson, who helped the base stealers like Kenny Lofton. Jeff Newman was back. Mark Wiley, the tremendous pitching coach. And Dan Williams, didn't mention him. The year before, he had started as our bullpen catcher. He was drafted in the 37th round by the Tribe in 1988, had a 4-year minor league career in our system. He coached at Kinston, Burlington, and Columbus, and starting in 1995, he was the Indians' bullpen catcher. So he'd warm up guys in the bullpen. Mike Hargrove was back as our manager, and so in the field, Albert Bell was in left field, and he had a very tremendous year. Hit 311, 48 home runs. He led the American League with 148 RBIs, really something. Made the All-Star team and was the Indians' Man of the Year. At the end of the season, he had 242 home runs, and he broke Earl Averill's team record of 226. And actually, Bell was gone after that year. So Anyway, he was the Indians' home run king until Jim Thome broke his record. In center field, Kenny Lofton hit .317. Another tremendous year, 14 home runs, 67 RBIs. That's a lot for a leadoff hitter. And he had 75 RBIs, led the league in stolen bases, rather, led the American League, and he made the All-Star team. He broke the team's record for stolen bases. Terry Turner, who played for the Tribe from 1904 to 1918, had 254 stolen bases. By the end of the season, Lofton had 325. So he was the new Cleveland Indians' all-time stolen base king. Manny Ramirez, his career was really starting to blossom. He hit .309, 33 home runs, and 112 RBIs. So the big numbers were started to come from Manny Ramirez. Same thing with Jim Thome at first base. He hit .311, 300 hitter, 38 home runs, 116 RBIs. So those two guys really were coming on strong. Omar Vizquel was at short, hit .297. Very good. 9 home runs, 64 RBIs, 35 stolen bases. So tremendous year for Vizquel offensively, and of course he was an amazing defensive player. And he won the Frank Gibbons Steve Olin Good Guy Award. Carlos Baerga was at second base, hit .267, 10 home runs, 55 RBIs, and 100 games. And the thing is, he was traded. This was a traumatic thing. Baerga was traded on July 29th to the Mets with Alvaro Espinosa for Jeff Kent and Jose Vizcaino. And this to me was unbelievable. He was having an off year, but still he would have ended up with more than 80 RBIs. And this was tough. I couldn't believe that John Hart made the deal. And his career really went down the drain after that. And I think we missed him when the playoffs came. He was such a positive guy, good guy, and he had done so much for Cleveland. I think it was absolutely wrong to trade him at that time. He wasn't having a good year. You don't trade a guy who had done as much as Carlos Baerga had done for the Indians offensively, as a player, and as a spirit, his positive attitude. So I think this was a big mistake. But anyway, this is life. Julio Franco was back, a former player, and back in the 80s. He had a very good year, hit .322, 14 home runs, 76 RBIs, 8 stolen bases, and he was a free agent pickup. Sandy Alomar was the catcher, hit .263, 11 home runs, 50 RBIs, and he made the All-Star team. Another fine year for Sandy Alomar. Eddie Murray was the DH for a while. He hit .262, 12 home runs, 45 RBIs in 88 games. And Eddie Murray was also traded on July 21 to the Orioles for Kent Mercker. Now the thing is, his salary was cut. He had a tremendous year in '95 for the Tribe, and then John Hart cut his salary, which I think was a mistake, and Murray became disgruntled. He was unhappy, and so they decided to trade him because, in fact, he requested a trade. So here we were. By the end of July, 3 guys were gone from the '95 Tribe starting lineup: Paul Sorrento, Carlos Baerga, and Eddie Murray. So it was a shame. Anyway, the bench players, we had Tony Pena hit .195, 1 home run, 27 RBIs in 67 games. He was a spare catcher. Jeremy Burnitz hit .281, 7 home runs, 26 RBIs in 71 games. He was traded on August 31 to the Brewers for Kevin Seitzer. So Jeremy Burnitz was gone. Alvaro Espinosa hit .223, 4 home runs, 11 RBIs in 59 games, and he was traded with Baerga on July 29th to the Mets. Brian Giles hit .355, wow, 5 home runs, 27 RBIs in 51 games. And we picked him up in the trade from the Brewers for Jeremy Burnitz. Yeah, Brian Giles. Jose Vizcaino hit .285, 0 home runs, 13 RBIs, 6 stolen bases in 48 games. And he was picked up in the trade from the Mets in the Baerga deal Vizcaíno was from San Cristobal, Dominican Republic, an infielder. Played for the Dodgers, Cubs, Mets, Tribe, Giants, Yankees, Astros, Cardinals between 1989 and 2006. For his career, he was 270, 36 home runs, 480 RBIs. Won a World Series with the Yankees in 2000. And along with Darryl Strawberry and Ricky Ledee, they were the only MLB players to play for all former and current New York teams, the Yankees, Mets, Dodgers, and Giants. In the 2000 World Series in Game 1, he had a walk-off RBI single in the 12th inning. He's currently, and since 2008, a Dodgers special assistant for baseball operations. Jeff Kent, we picked up in the Carlos Baerga deal from the Mets, hit .265, 3 home runs, 16 RBIs in 39 games. Kent was from Bellflower, California, a second baseman. Played for the Blue Jays, Mets, Tribe, Giants, Astros, and Dodgers between 1992 and 2008. He was a 5-time All-Star, National League MVP in 2000 with the Giants. Had a tremendous career. Hit .290 for his career, 377 career home runs. It's a lot. 2,461 hits, 1,518 RBIs. He's the home run king for second baseman in MLB history. He had 560 career doubles. With the Giants, he had a conflict with Barry Bonds. And in 2012, he participated in Survivor Philippines. Since 2011, he's been working for the Giants as a spring training instructor. Jeff Kent had an amazing career. Although we traded him, he wasn't in Cleveland very long. Mark Carrion is another new guy, hit .324, 2 home runs, 14 RBIs in 38 games. Carrion was from Chicago, Illinois, first baseman, played for the Mets, Tigers, Giants, Tribe, and the Chiba Lotte Marines in Japan from 1987 to 1998. With the Mets, he has the record for the most pinch hit home runs with 8. For his career, he hit .277, 69 home runs, 289 RBIs. With the 1995 Giants, he won the Willie Mack Award for Spirit. That must be Willie McCovey. In late 1999, he was reported missing by his mother, but later found safe. Mark Carrion. Wayne Kirby hit .250, 0 home runs, 1 RBI in 27 games. Scott Leyes was a new guy, hit .140, 1 home run, 3 RBIs in 27 games. Leyes was from Yonkers, New York, third baseman, played for the Twins, Tribe, and Royals, and his career he hit .244, 28 home runs, and 172 RBIs. Won a World Series with the 1991 Twins. In Game 2, he had the game-winning home run in the World Series off Tom Glavine. So he's a World Series hero. He's currently a coach at the Big League Baseball Camp in Minnesota. Scott Leyes. Casey Candale hit .250, 1 home run, 4 RBIs in 24 games. Candale was from Lompoc, California. He was a utility player for the Expos, Astros, and Tribe between 1986 and 1997. For his career, he had .250, 11 home runs, 139 RBIs. He was a Mariners coach in 2016 and 2017. His mother, Helen Callahan St. Aubin, played in the All-American Girls Professional Baseball League, which are depicted in the movie A League of Their Own. And Casey and his mother are the only mother-son combination both to play professional baseball. He's currently a Blue Jays minor league coach at the University of Arizona. And for his college, he won a College World Series title in 1980. He worked as an Astros announcer. Milo Hamilton called him the Mighty Might because of his aggressive style of play. His brother, Kelly Candale, is a documentary filmmaker, and he made a documentary on the All-American Girls Professional Baseball League, which led to the film A League of Their Own. His mother was a star in that league. For her career, she hit .257 with 354 stolen bases and in 388 games, and she won a title in the All-American Girls Professional Baseball League. Interesting. Kevin Seitzer hit .386, 1 home run, 26 games, 1 home run, 16 RBIs in 22 games. Seitzer was from Springfield, Illinois. He was a third baseman for the Royals, Brewers, A's, Tribe between 1986 and 1997. Two-time All-Star. He was a coach for the Diamondbacks and Royals. and Blue Jays, and currently with the Braves. For his career, he had 295, 74 home runs, and 613 RBIs. Kevin Seitzer. Nigel Wilson hit 250, 2 home runs, 5 RBIs in 10 games. He was a free agent pickup. Wilson was from Oshawa, Ontario, Canada. Played for the Marlins, Reds, Tribe, and Nippon Ham Fighters, and the Osaka Kinetsu Buffaloes in Japan. His career was from 1993 to 2002. In MLB, he hit .086 with 2 home runs, 5 RBIs. He had a lot of success in Japan. In 1998, he led the Japanese league with 33 home runs. His father played cricket in Trinidad in the Caribbean. His daughter, Latoya Ali, is a YouTube personality. Very interesting. Nigel Wilson. Ryan Thompson hit .318, 1 home run, 5 RBIs in 8 games. We picked him up in a trade from the Mets for Mark Clark. Ryan Thompson was from Chesterton, Maryland. He was an outfielder with the Mets Tribe, Fukuoka Dai Hawks in Japan, the Astros, Yankees, Marlins, and Brewers between 1992 and 2002. For his career, he had 243, 52 home runs, 176 RBIs. His son, Trevor Thompson, played basketball at Ohio State and is currently plays for the Santa Cruz Warriors in the NBA G League. Ryan Thompson. Herbert Perry had a tough year. He hit .083, 1 stolen base in 7 games. Damian Jackson was another new guy. Hit .300, 0 home runs, 1 RBI in 5 games. Jackson was from Los Angeles, California, played second, short, and outfield for the Tribe, Reds, Padres, Tigers, and Red Sox, Cubs, Royals, and Nationals between 1996 and 2006. For his career, he hit .243, 32 home runs, 198 RBIs. In the 2003 ALDS with the Red Sox, he had a collision with Johnny Damon, which knocked Damon unconscious. Damian Jackson. Geronimo Pena was another new guy. He was a free agent pickup, hit .111, 1 home run, 2 RBIs in 5 games. Pena was from Distrito Nacional in the Dominican Republic, second baseman for the Cardinals and Tribe between 1990 and 1996. This was the end of his MLB career. He had .262, 30 home runs, 124 RBIs. His nephew Ramses Pena has played pro baseball, signed with the Pirates in 2009. Geronimo Pena. Einar Diaz had his first year with the Indians, hit .0004 games, 1 at bat. Diaz was from Chiriquí Province, Panama in Central America. Played for the Tribe, Rangers, Expos, Cardinals, and Dodgers between 1996 and 2006. His career average was .254 with 21 home runs, 202 RBIs, and he's currently an Orioles coach. Einar Diaz. Now, on the pitching staff, Orel Hershiser had another fine year, was 15-9, 4.24 ERA, 33 starts, 1 complete game. Charlie Nagy had a wonderful year, 17-5, 3.41 ERA, 32 starts, 5 complete games, was played on the All-Star team, and won the Gordon Cobbledick Golden Tomahawk Award. Jack McDowell was a free agent pickup, went 13-9, 5.11 ERA, 30 starts, 5 complete games, and a shutout. McDowell was from Van Nuys, California, played for the White Sox, Yankees, Tribe, and Angels between 1987 and 1999. 3-time All-Star, won the Cy Young Award, 1993 with the White Sox. For his career, he won 127, lost 87, 3.85 ERA, 1,311 strikeouts. They called him Black Jack. And he's worked as a professional musician, had a rock band called Stick Figure. He went to Stanford, won a College World Series. In the 1995 ALDS with the Yankees, he gave up a walk-off series-ending against the Yankees. He was playing for the Mariners, I believe. And, I'm not sure here. Anyway, in the 1995 ALDS for the Yankees, gave up a walk-off series-ending hit to Edgar Martinez. He's currently a coach with Queen's University of Charlotte in Charlotte, North Carolina. Jack McDowell. Chad O.J. had a good year, 10-6, 4.79 ERA, 21 starts, 1 complete game, and a shutout. Dennis Martinez was 9-6 with a 4.50 ERA, 20 starts, 1 complete game, which was a shutout. So he must have been hurt, didn't get that many starts. In the bullpen, Well, Albie Lopez was 5-4, 6.39 ERA, 10 starts, and he had 3 other games in the bullpen. Brian Anderson went 3-1 with a 4.91 ERA, 9 starts. He also had a game out of the bullpen. We picked him up in a trade from the Angels. Anderson was from Portsmouth, Virginia, played for the Angels, Tribe, Diamondbacks, and Royals between 1993 and 2005. He won a World Series with the 2001 Diamondbacks. For his career, he was 82 and 83 with a 4.74 ERA, 723 strikeouts. He's currently a TV guy with the Tampa Rays, which were formerly the Tampa Devil Rays. In 2007, he was a Tribe TV guy occasionally. His family moved to Geneva, Ohio, and he became a Cleveland sports fan. And when in the 1987 title game, which the Browns lost at the very end with the Ernest Biner famous fumble, he told his parents that he'd help Cleveland win a championship, and he almost did the following year for the Tribe. Brian Anderson. Jose Mesa was 2-7 with a 3.73 ERA, 69 games, 39 saves. He was an all-star. He was our closer. A very good year for Jose Mesa. Paul Ossenmacher was 4-2 with a 3.09 ERA in 63 games. Tremendous year for Ossenmacher in the bullpen. Eric Plunk was 3-2, 2.43 ERA in 56 games. You see, we had a very good bullpen. Julian Taveras was 4-7 with a 5.36 ERA in 51 games. Paul Shuey was 5-2 with a 2.85 very good ERA in 42 games. Jim Poole was 4-0 with a 3.04 ERA in 32 games. And on July 9th, we traded him to the Giants for Mark Carrion. Danny Graves was 2-0 with a 4.55 ERA in 15 games. Graves was from Saigon, South Vietnam, born in 1973. Played for the Tribe, Reds, and Mets between 1996 and 2006. A 2-time All-Star, was 43 and 44 for his career with a 4.05 ERA, 429 strikeouts, and 182 saves. His father was an American serviceman. His mother was Vietnamese. He's the only Vietnam-born player in MLB history. And his family moved to the U.S. when he was 14 years old, near the end of the Vietnam War, before the fall of Saigon. He's currently a Reds TV guy. On the 2005 Reds, a fan leaned into the dugout and called Graves, quote, a gook, which was an insult for Vietnamese from the Vietnam War. Graves gave an obscene gesture and was released by the Reds. So that was a sad incident. Danny Graves. Greg Swindell was back, was 1-1 with a 6.59 ERA, 13 games, 2 starts, and he was a free agent pickup. Alan Embry was 1-1 with a 6.39 ERA in 24 games. Kent Merker was a new guy, was 1-0, 3.09 ERA in 10 games, and he came to Cleveland in the trade from the Orioles for Eddie Murray. Merker was from Dublin, Ohio, pitched for the Braves, Orioles, Tribe, Reds, Cardinals, Red Sox, Angels, Rockies, Braves, and Cubs. Long career between 1989 and 2008. Won a World Series in the 95 Braves against us the year before. Threw a no-hitter for the 94 Braves and a combined no-hitter in 1991. In 2000, he won the Tony Canigliaro Award for his recovery from a cerebral hemorrhage. In that 1991 combined no-hitter, he was the starter through 6 innings, and then Mark Wohlers and Alejandro Pena finished the no-hitter. He's currently a Reds broadcaster, was 74 and 67 for his career with a 4.16 ERA and 917 strikeouts. And finally, Joe Roa had no decisions and a 10.81 ERA in 1 game. So the 1996 Tribe, yeah, they were a tough team. But it was sad those 3 guys were gone. Paul Sorrento, Carlos Baerga, and Eddie Murray. Very strong team. Best record in baseball. It was real disappointing losing in the first round. But God bless all those guys who gave the fans a lot of joy in the summer of 1996. God bless everyone else associated with the team, including the fans. Captains of the Cuyahoga, lovers of Lake Erie, Terminal Tower Power, Tribe Rules, Cleveland City of Champions. This is our year. It's been 70 years since 1948. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. God bless you. Take care, and I'll see you next time.